Under pressure. After running for his life last week, the fellas tell us what Phil Jurkovec and his receivers need to do in spite of that poor offensive line play. Big news in the conference. Sam Hartman is back for the Deets. Eddie shows us how his receivers held it down in his absence and why they're poised for a massive weekend. And EJ wants the world to know, as for Clemson and their quarterbacks, there is no quarterback controversy for the Tigers. It's all in play, and it's now. Take a look at Lane Stadium. We don't know Lane Stadium like that. Quiet, not a fan in the place. They put on a show for us a season ago in here. This crowd truly brings it. The ultimate 12th man. Blacksburg will be rocking come tomorrow night when they host Boston College. We got a pretty good host with us today, EJ Manuel. I'm Jordan Cornette. It's Eddie Royal, the former legend. Graduated back here in 08. They could use some of your big play-making ability, my friend. How's it feel to be back?
Feels great. Hopefully we get good weather. I mean, it's good just being back on campus, like being around my people. It's a lot of the same people that are here from when I played, so it's good seeing them.
How about you?
Well, it's fun. I mean, I'm from Virginia, so getting opportunities to come back to Virginia Tech. I came here on the recruiting trail when I was in high school. Always a great fanfare with the games that we have on Saturday nights. It's going to be a fantastic weekend.
I can't believe we sat here for about 30 seconds and you haven't demanded the football yet. I mean, the quarterback's holding it. Isn't that what
I don't know if he can hit me.
Well, look, for Phil Jurkovec, the quarterback for these Boston College Eagles coming in here, it's all about can he stay clean? Can he play in a clean pocket? Because it was an absolute nightmare for that Boston College offensive line week one. Really struggled to keep a clean pocket. He spent the entire day last week under pressure. Taking a look at the numbers in that week one loss versus Rutgers. They want a victory here in Blacksburg. They must protect Jurkovec. He was pressured on 51% of his dropbacks against Rutgers, 8 of 19 for over 100 yards, 1 pick. How about this for a QBR when pressured? 8.5. EJ, that's clearly not going to cut it, but you have an opportunity now to adjust, come in with a blueprint, a scheme. What does that look like, knowing your offensive line may not be up to snuff?
Well, guys, when you have an offensive line that's struggling, an offensive line that's young and inexperienced, as a quarterback, I want to get the ball out of my hands. So what does that include? Quick game, smoke routes. Who's the best player to get the ball to? Zay Flowers. So just give him the ball, even if there's some handoffs in the backfield. Also moving the pocket, bringing in some 6-7-man protections to just, solid up the line a little bit for Phil Jurkovec, because when you turn the tape on, when he had moments to throw, he was able to settle his feet. He was accurate. He was on time. But when the rush was in his grill, any quarterback's going to struggle, and obviously Phil did.
I mean, you look at that play right there, Zay Flowers fumbled the handoff. As a receiver, you're not used to getting handoffs. I know you practice it in practice, but when you got guys that are really about to hit you, it's different. Zay Flowers is 5'10", 185. He's my size. You're not the biggest guy in the world. You don't want to get hit by these linemen and linebackers. So I hear what you're saying, the jet sweeps and everything, but I don't want that as a receiver. I want the ball down the field, throwing it deep so I can make plays.
This is why I love having this conversation with the receiver. It doesn't matter what the receiver wants. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have to get you the football. And if we can't get you the ball by doing 7 5-step drops, we got to do 3-step drops. And what does that include? That's quick game. So if I hit you on a slant, if I hit you on a hitch, anytime somebody's soft on Zay Flowers, I'm giving them the ball right now.
See, but I think it's key for the quarterbacks to communicate that to the receivers, saying, hey, I don't have time back there, so I got to do whatever I can to get you the ball. I know you want that deep shot. I know you want that big play, but hold on and we'll get to it.
I mean, look, we're not in the business of knocking 18 to 22-year-olds that are out there doing their best to give their best performance. But I am curious, is an offensive line, when it looks like that, is that what it's pretty much going to be? They will grow week to week, but is it pretty much going to be an uphill battle and having to perform like this season, knowing that's probably what it's going to look like this year?
They'll get better. I mean, and the number one thing for the offensive line is communication. As you know that. If you don't know who to block, then it's hard to do your job. So communicating, they'll improve that from week to week. But as far as physically what they can do, I don't know if they'll get that much better during the season, but communication is everything.
Communication is certainly everything. As the quarterback, you have to reassure your offensive line, hey, just give me 2.5 seconds. Hey, just give me 3 seconds. I'll do the rest. Now, you don't want to put that pressure on Phil Jurkovec in a sense, because then he'll start pressing. He'll start seeing ghosts, and what that means is you think there's a rush coming, but there's not. So you just have to have that back and forth communication and really just reassure your O-line, hey, just give me 2.5. We'll be all right.
How about Pat Garwo in that run game? I mean, that was another weapon that we talked about for this Boston College team. When the offensive line is what it is, Eddie, can that be a part of the receiving game where maybe Pat doesn't become your 3 yards and cloud of dust guy, but used differently in the passing game?
Yeah, get him out so you can get him the ball in space. I mean, we saw there was nowhere to run. And he's an all-ACC player, so you need him making plays for you. So trying to get him the ball in space is the answer.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, I mean, because you don't want to get outside what you do as an offense. If you're a downhill scheme with zone runs or if you do power, you want to stick to what you do. But with a running back like Pat Garwo, you just got to keep feeding him. You know, at the end of the day, even if he's not getting you 3 or 4 yards of carry, just keep giving him the ball and just hope that eventually he'll pop a big one.
Well, as we continue to talk about quarterbacks in this conference, a lot of the focus over these last few days has shifted to this Wake Forest Demon Deacons squad. Big news coming out for the Deacs. And their star player, their quarterback one, Sam Hartman, has been cleared to play. He's been out with a month, suffering from that blood clot, a condition caused by strenuous activity. And now he will be in uniform on the road at Vanderbilt, a place where he will be needed, clearly. You're on the road. You're the leader of this group. Mitch Griffiths played admirably in his absence for a week. But now Sam is back. And you take a look at the numbers, this is why it's big. He had a remarkable season in 2021, accounting for 51 touchdowns, only trailing Lamar Jackson for the most touchdowns responsible for in the conference in a single season. If one thing is certain, the Demon Deacons and especially the wideouts are happy to have their QB1 back healthy and ready to go at Vanderbilt. So, Eddie, the focus was on Mitch Griffiths last week, sure, in the win. But those receivers, what impressed you about them in their week 1 performance?
Yeah, I mean, Mitch played great, but you look, they're making a big play, and the tough catches seem like it was everyday stuff. And so they stepped up big, and now you get Sam Hartman back, and this offense is going to be amazing. So we're going to look at Taylor Morin right here in the slot. He's going to have a corner route. It's going to be man-to-man coverage, one high safety. And we're going to check out the release. The release is so important to get an outside release. He's going to make the defensive back step down inside. He's going to get outside to be able to get away from that safety and run this corner route. The main thing is to push vertical, plant your foot in the ground, and run to that back pylon. We'll see that he throws the ball and he puts it into a spot to where the defender can't get it, but Taylor Morin can catch that, be able to get a foot in and make a play. This next one right here is important to watch. Everybody does their job. All ACC receiver, A.T. Perry at the bottom of the screen. Griffiths takes the snap and he notices that he's got a corner cat, a blitz from the corner. So he has his safety man-to-man against his best receiver. And then check out that block by the running back. Griffiths can't get that ball off unless he picks up that block. And then A.T. Perry makes the acrobatic catch. This is a tough catch, being able to look back over your shoulder and also be able to slide a foot in bounds. Big play by A.T. Perry right here. The last one right here is the tight end. We got to take a look at this one. He's going to be running a simple seam route. To me, it looked covered, but not to Griffiths. He's able to put this ball into a spot over the linebacker's head, and then he's also giving him the ball on his back shoulder so he doesn't take that knockout shot from the safety that's coming over. He's able to turn and get away from the safety and get down. Big play right there. So Griffiths had a great day. But these receivers are making plays as well. Those aren't routine plays. Those are tough catches.
And that's why it's probably for Sam coming in here, knowing the kind of star he is and what we saw last year in an incredible season for Wake Forest. What's his mindset coming in? He knows he has those weapons. He's done it before at this level, but he's been out for a month.
Yeah, well, his mindset starts with winning the football game first. Vanderbilt is a team that can get hot offensively. They have a quarterback that's, very well versed in running the football as well as throwing the ball. But again, you want to immerse yourself into the game. If I'm Sam Hartman, don't force. You had Mitch Griffiths play a great game. Mitch knows his role. He's the backup for a reason. But Sam Hartman's the guy. This is your team. You lead that huddle. And when you break it, just make sure you make smart plays. Any quarterback this is his first game of the season, so the last thing he wants to do is try to force it in there early in the game and get a bad taste in his mouth. You just want to see the ball come out your hand and get a couple early receptions.
I was stuck on what you said. He knows his role. But I'm like, does he?
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're sitting behind, he's a good quarterback, all ACC quarterback, but you feel confident in yourself as well. So are you really sitting back saying, okay, it's your job? Or every day you trying to prove that I should be playing as well?
If I move Mitch Griffiths?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Mitch, for one, knows that he probably could play somewhere else if he was at Wake Forest. But every time you hear him speak, he says this is Sam's team. So I do genuinely believe that he knows his role in the sense of being the backup. Now, he had a great showing. If something happens to Sam Hartman down the road, can he come in and play? Absolutely. But Mitch does know his role at the end of the day. That's Sam's team.
Eddie, what does this do for you as a star wideout and your star quarterbacks coming back? You knew Mitch did an admirable job, as we've mentioned here. But you're going on the road. It's an SEC opponent. There's going to be people in the stands. It's going to be a challenge, and you know you got your leader back. What does that do for morale for the entire offensive unit?
Yeah, you just have that calm. You know, like you're not worried about that guy anymore. Maybe if Mitch was playing, he was on the road, you'd be worried if he had a couple bad throws. But if Sam does, you're like, it's okay, he'll get it together. Just give him time to get into a rhythm. So that exudes throughout the whole team, the defense. The defense is excited. They're like, man, let's just get Sam the ball back again because we know he's going to score.
You know what the difference, too, is when you're in practice and you break the huddle as a starting quarterback, you know how it is when that voice is coming into the huddle. We say, hey, ready, break. It's just a little bit more crisp because the offensive line, they're used to him. The receivers, they're used to him. So you just expect that continuity, especially when they step on the field tomorrow.
No question it's going to have all hands on deck for Sam Hartman and those Demon Deacons because this is yet another opportunity for the ACC in a non-con matchup against the P5 to continue to change that narrative of what ACC football's about this year. So good news. We're happy to have our guy Sam Hartman back. And I know Coach Clawson's very happy as well. But a hat tip to Mitch Griffiths and his performance in his absence. When we return, a whole lot more to discuss here. Those Clemson Tigers, everybody wants to talk about Cade Klubnik, DJ Uyunglele. EJ's here to tell you dead all of it. There is no controversy with these Clemson Tigers at the quarterback position. That's next. Welcome back into In Play. We are live here from Blacksburg, Virginia, getting ready for Boston College at Virginia Tech tomorrow in prime time on ACC Network, Lane Stadium. Getting right. Hope it's not one of those Snickers commercial moments as they're getting the end zone ready to. I'm certain it won't be. Take a look at the quarterback comparison going back to these Clemson Tigers, week 1 at Georgia Tech versus Georgia Tech. Look, they took care of business. They won 41-10 on Monday. Both QBs did play well. DJU recorded his 5th career game with a passing tutty and a rushing touchdown, while Cade Klubnik, in that one drive, showed his promise. A 94.6 QBR. He ended up punctuating the drive with a touchdown and averaged over 8 yards per attempt. So slightly more explosive than what we'd seen from DJU, which only made the roars get a little bit louder for those clamoring for the backup to get his opportunity in Cade. EJ, tell me what your stance is on where this lies right now for the Clemson Tigers.
Well, if there was an actual quarterback controversy, it would have been public. It would have been a situation where Coach Sweeney says, hey, I want both my quarterbacks to duke it out, and we're going to go with whoever plays the best. Coach Sweeney has never said that. That's one. Now, the second thing is, if you look back to last year, how many games did Clemson win last season with DJ Uyunglele as a starter? 10 games.
10 games.
So, yes, they didn't make it to the ACC championship. Yes, they didn't make it to the college football playoff. But you still played enough winning football to win 10 games with him struggling. So imagine if he's able to put it together. I went back and watched the film this morning as I was flying here, and I counted 10 missed assignments out of 70 snaps. Now, that's not a bad showing in your first game of the season. considering the situation on national TV. But at the same thing, everything that he did that was a negative is fixable. It's something that you can clean up. So if you win the game by 31 points, which they did, I don't think that's cause to say, hey, you need to bring in Klubnik as a starting
but
quarterback.
how long are you going to say he can fix this? I mean, he had all last year, right? I mean, you saw the first 2 games of 2020, which got us all excited. I love DJ, right? I said he was going to be the first pick overall in the NFL draft. I'm sliding back on that a little bit, but I need to see it, right? So against Furman, if you don't put up a 300-yard game and Klubnik comes in and he has a big game and he's explosive and he shows us what he did at the end of last
year. But what do you need to see from DJ when you say you need to see it? What do you need to see?
300-yard game, the accuracy, throwing with timing. Yeah. Those things, commanding the huddle, running the ball. In high school, he was a great runner of the ball. Like, bring all that back. Bring what we were excited about. Why I called you the #1 overall pick. Bring that back. I need to see that guy next game. You say it's not a controversy. I believe there is one.
Sure.
And Dabo's he's not going to come out and say that. Why would he do that? It's added pressure on DJ. Like you said, these are kids. So he's not trying to put more pressure there. But trust me, guys know it's a controversy going on. As a receiver, seeing that guy out there.
What are you saying in the locker room? What are you thinking in the locker room if you're on that team?
You're not saying much, but it's whispers. That's what gets to a quarterback is when he knows that guys are whispering behind him or guys are starting to hang around Klubnik a little bit more, the extra pat on the head after a throw.
Yeah.
That's what bothers a quarterback.
Well, I would say this to those guys that are chirping in the background. All right, are they doing their job too?
It's not a chirp.
I'm just saying, but there was three or four missed catches that could have been touchdowns.
Botch snaps.
There were a couple poor snaps. Thank you, Jordan. He's doing my job for me.
Klubnik was working with the same guys,
That's the thing. As a coach's philosophy, and now I didn't coach, but I sat next to a coach all my years as a quarterback. I know how they view this situation. And if he's not playing losing football, which he's not, they're still winning these football games. The defense is lights out, and honestly, Clemson's going to win at least 10 games just because of the defense.
Right, but what I'm
saying is he's not playing bad enough to where you say, hey, I have to bench this guy. Because once you do bench him, that's it. That's it. And it's not a matter of Cade Klubnik comes in, he's young. Let's say he struggles on the road early in the season. He can't get anything started. Oh, I'm going to throw DJ Uiagalelei back in the game. You can't do that. You stick with the guy, and until he plays bad enough to where you have to bench him, that's when you bring in the young freshman. And also, it's just 4 plays, the sample size
to me was
of the young. Let me say this. The young man played well in what he had.
Bro,
but it's a small sample size late in the game, playing against the 2s or the 3s. I'm not taking anything away from what he did, but I'm just saying you still have to give DJ the benefit of the doubt.
Trust me, I understand that. I love DJ. I think he's a great player. I believe he's going to be able to play in the league, but winning 10 games isn't enough at Clemson. They want to win a national championship, right? So it's okay, yeah, we can have DJ and we'll win 10 games. Oh, great season. No, it's not. Like, Dabo understands this defense you're not going to get a defense like that every single year. So you have to maximize on that. So Klubnik is a guy who can come in and bring that juice to that offense and get them over the hump.
You take a look at that schedule right in front of you with this Clemson Tigers squad. You've already knocked off Georgia Tech. You beat Georgia Tech handily. You got Furman. You got Louisiana Tech. September 24th against Wake Forest. The defense still has question marks. But October 1, a game that is circled on everybody's calendar, that NC State defense and the challenge it will present inevitably in that game. Do you think we see DJ the quarterback position come October 1?
I think so. DJ will still be the quarterback by October 1. As far as how he looks, I mean, there's a lot of components that can change between now and that point. But, again, I just believe as a starting quarterback, if I'm not playing losing football, if we're not losing football games and I'm still trying to figure it out, because he's still technically a young quarterback.
I agree.
He's still a young quarterback. I think he's a sophomore in classification. So if I'm not playing losing football, I don't think that's merit of me losing my job. Now, let me say this. If Klubnik goes out there and throws for 300 yards, he's 18-18 in this game versus Furman, then we have a controversy. But right now, I don't think there's a controversy between quarterbacks.
So do you prevent that almost? Do you almost like let DJ? Here's the thing. Do you let DJ play a lot of that game to build that confidence, build that rhythm in a game setting, and see a small offering from Cade? It's almost 2 birds, 1 stone. You get the confidence with DJ, you keep Cade at bay so those whispers don't get louder. Is that a potential
But if
approach?
I'm Cade, I come to Clemson thinking that they're going to play the best guy. And if I feel like I'm the best guy, I should be out there. So don't hold me back. That's not why I came here. I came here because you told me if I'm the best guy, I'm going to be out there.
Eddie, if he was the best guy, he would be playing. He had all of summer camp, all of the spring. I'm pretty sure he enrolled early. Coach Sweeney's going to make the decision. He wants to win a national championship. If he knows that his quarterback, DJ, is that much of a, loss of an asset to his team, he's going to make the decision to put Cade Klubnik in the game. And you have to take into account, this is against Georgia Tech late in the game. we don't really know if Cade is truly ready. I'm not saying he's not, but we still don't know. That question mark is there. We have seen DJ, and I do think DJ is progressing in the right way. The guys around him have to make plays, too.
The thing that we're saying, DJ's not a bad quarterback. That's not the thing.
Then why are we talking about getting him benched?
Klubnik has more upside.
Let's be honest. Why are we talking about him being benched?
It's not being benched. You just feel like the guy has more upside.
Okay.
So the guy has more potential to bring excitement to that offense. You want to score points. You know that defense is going to be great. Yeah. DJ and them, they're not scoring enough points for me, personally.
Okay. Yeah, lastly, before I let you guys go, do you feel like Coach Streeter's putting DJ Uyunglele in the proper position, or do you think this is also an offensive coordinator figuring out his footing early on? No knock on Streeter, just where he's growing into a position, taking over for Tony Elliott as well.
There's a component to Coach Streeter, immersing himself as offensive coordinator, the main play caller. He just has to get more confident and just really get more used to that role. That was his first game as well. Yeah. So I thought they handled it well. You win the game by 31 points. You can't be mad about that.
And as they continue to win, it's going to be one of those where it's going to be DJ's job until they start losing or they're winning, and it's very clear it's in spite of him. But right now, DJ's not getting in the way of a start to a 41-10 win, a 1-0 group that's got a nice little runway in front of them. We got a whole lot more coming up here on First Take. Excuse me, In Play. This is not First Take. This is In Play here. ACCPM, Friday, 4 p.m. We got the crew coming in. We got Pack Dog, TT, Taylor Tannenbaum, and Trey Boston previewing a full weekend. They've got a lot coming up, so make sure you lock in 4 to 7 p.m. They conclude their week. But they're hanging with us this weekend as well. We got the whole team on deck here in Blacksburg. When we return, EJ's 3 picks to click at the quarterback position this weekend, and we ain't leaving Eddie out, the wideout, giving some love. He's got 3 receivers looking for a taste of success on Saturday as well. Welcome back to In Play. Thanks for rocking with us here on campus at Virginia Tech, Blacksburg. Weather's holding off for us today. I'll be curious to see if we get that rain tomorrow. I'm bald, so I don't have to worry about my hair. I'll be straight. And I don't wear makeup anymore, so we'll be running. Virginia Tech, we're here on a Friday getting ready to finish up the show before we hand it off to ACCPM later on this afternoon. Big day of Saturday football. EJ, give me your 3 to watch at the quarterback position this weekend?
Number one is Sam Hartman, quarterback for Wake Forest, coming back off an injury, didn't get a chance to play in the first game of the season versus VMI. But I can guarantee you Sam Hartman is going to pick up where he left off last season. That was being accurate. That was being consistent. That was being a great leader. Now, this is a quarterback that, when he plays in this system, he's extremely hard to stop. He just knows where to go with the football, and he's always on time.
Yeah, and I want to see him get out there and just get hit a little bit. You know, you almost miss that as a player when you miss camp, you miss that first game. Just getting out there, getting hit, and delivering the ball accurately, like you said.
I don't want to get hit. Not at the quarterback.
It's good for him, man. Yeah, it's good for him.
Back into the game,
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, but look, my second quarterback to watch this weekend, Garrett Schrader. And I did a study on Garrett Schrader back in April, and I felt like the last 4 games of his season, he got better and better and better. And in the areas that he got better and improvement was bringing up pass rushes, knowing when to go with the football with the hot route, understanding, okay, if I see a rusher coming down the middle right here up the pipe, I'm going to just relax. I'm going to watch the receiver outside. Give me an open lane to throw this football. Look at the ball location of this right here. Everybody last year was saying, oh, Schrader can't throw. He's an ex-tight end. He's a running quarterback. I bumped that. I say this guy can be an excellent passer, especially with the multitude that he has a running back with Sean Tucker. Now, this next play, look at the eyes. Look at the anticipation, the timing, the calmness to throw that ball up and around the linebacker, the placement right on the face mask like Eddie likes it as a receiver. So then you can catch that thing, curl up, and protect yourself from that safety coming down. Now, right here at the top of your screen, you're going to have a miscommunication between the cornerbacks right here. The outside corner is saying, hey, you take yours, you take yours. They mix up right there. Schrader does a great job of assessing that, sees a man wide open in the back of the end zone, actually threw a game-winning touchdown against the Carolina Panthers the same way, might I add. Now, this last play, look at the offensive line's presence. I love the fact that these guys have grown so much. That was an area of weakness last year, but they've gotten better. But when you have an athletic quarterback like Schrader, he'll put it on his back sometimes. You see another defender right there falling like he's on the slip and slide. This is a 3rd and 10 situation where Garrett Schrader takes over the game right there. So the passing, the athleticism to be able to run is going to make him an impactful player all year.
See, and I believe it was the offense, right? Getting Robert and I in there, that's a huge adjustment. He's in the right offense now. We see that he's using his full skill set. I didn't know he could throw the ball like that. I just learned something from your tape. So it's good to see that. But he's a big guy as well. Yeah. And him using his legs is key for his game, and I look forward to more of that.
Yeah, a couple of things. I mean, Garrett Schrader graded out better than any quarterback in all of FBS in week 1. Talk about taking a quantum leap into the season. 2, let's give some credit to Coach Beck, the quarterback coach who came along with Coach and I. The duo did such a sublime job with Brennan Armstrong a year ago, and now they've come in here to Syracuse, and that install has looked beautiful as well. We got to talk about this tomorrow, too. Yeah. What this Syracuse team's going to look like now that the question may have been answered at the quarterback position. But go ahead, Eddie.
See, I wonder, is that just Schrader getting better as a quarterback, or is that the scheme? Or is it a combination of both? What do you see?
It's a combination of both. The scheme has to fit what the quarterback does well. So if we go back to last year, Schrader wasn't the day one starter. It was Tommy DeVito. So it was Tommy DeVito's offense. Schrader came in late in the season. So I felt like when you have a full offseason, full summer camp, now everything's catered to what you do well, and that's why he's having the numbers he's having.
And it all comes full circle because Virginia heads to Illinois, and somehow Illinois, the favorite, Tommy DeVito, their quarterback. Bring us home here, EJ.
Well, quarterback number 3 to watch this weekend, Keaton Slovis, quarterback of Pitt. Now, he had a great showing against West Virginia, did enough to lead his team to victory, but this is going to be a huge test, guys. Tennessee has an excellent defense. They also have an excellent quarterback in Hendon Hooker, but one of the areas I think Keaton will thrive in this game is throwing that ball deep down the field to receivers like Mumpfield, giving these young men opportunities to make, those 50-50 catches and take them to the house.
I feel like we still don't know who Keaton Slovis is. Yes, that was an exhilarating performance. What a finish to the game. But I didn't see enough Keaton, so I'm looking forward to seeing him here in week 2. Eddie, give me those playmakers on the outside that you're picking to click.
Yeah, we talked about one already in Zay Flowers. I mean, he's one of those guys that Boston College is going to try to get him the ball any way they can, 10, 15 times a game. So he's going to be an explosive player to watch, and he does it all. I mean, we see him running the crossing routes. He catches the deep balls, but he's also a great route runner. That's what a lot of people don't get a chance to see. Zay Flowers, one of the best in the ACC. My next guy, Mumpfield, Kanate Mumpfield from Pittsburgh, the transfer from Akron. He stepped up big late in the game. That's why I'm looking forward to this week. Tennessee, it's going to be a high-scoring game. He's going to get a lot of opportunities to make plays, and he's tough, too. That's not a play that a lot of receivers want, going over the middle, but he gained a lot of trust from Slovis being able to hold on to that ball. My last guy, Dontavian Wicks.
Yeah.
My man from UVA. Last week was not his best showing. Didn't play the way that he wanted. So I know that he's going to be able to bounce back. That offense is going to sling the ball all across the field 40, 50 times a game. He's going to get plenty of opportunities to go out there and play well.
A lot of picks to click right there. You guys were clicking all show from all cylinders. A lot of fun. It's always fun being on site here at Virginia Tech and the sun shining on us. Biggest question we have now? Where are you taking us, legend?
Yeah, that's
We're
the
here in
question.
Blacksburg.
Where we going, Eddie?
I'll figure it out, man. I got to think on it.
He's been doing this all week.
Bail it out,
He's
man.
been bailing out us all
We're
week.
supposed to already have these things laid out for us.
Yeah.
We're going to go see Ray.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we got a
fair
spot.
enough.
He's Eddie Royal. That's EJ Manuel. We are so excited to have our entire crew here getting geared up for Lane Stadium to be rocking tomorrow. Enter Sandman and Metallica. It just gives me chills. I can't wait. We'll see you next week, but we'll also see you tomorrow.